caller's off again. He'll probably be back at W Snooze. Right, Robert?
Right.
So what's going on? You have a good New Year?
Yeah.
You going to the track tomorrow?
No, I didn't get to. I went to it yes.
Oh, I bet you they're racing today. Let me see the sports section. I bet you because it's a holiday, I bet you they're racing today at Calder.
Well, I can't really go because my grandpa's one who really goes the most, so I usually go with him.
Yeah. And what happened?
So, I still lost every single bit I have.
You lost it all, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that should teach you a good lesson, Robert. I noticed that there were 5 winners of the lottery. That Rebecca Paul boy, she's got a great sense of humor, doesn't she? Do you notice those numbers she came up with? 20, 30, 40, and if there would have been a 50, she would have used that, but they came up with 49 because that's the last number there, right? Who the hell are they kidding?
Well, they should put 50 instead of 49.
Yeah, I'm going to bet 50 and 60 next week. Okay, Robert, well, I wish you good luck, okay?
All right.
Bye. No, I don't think they are running today, although Pompano Park is offering free grandstand admission to children 17 and under, beginning with tonight's program. They're also doing something else tonight, and I don't know, I can't remember what it is. In December, Pompano announced a senior citizen policy that provides grandstand admission and reserved seat for 75 cents for patrons 55 plus. Wow. I'm not saying a word about that.
I'm in shock.
But no, they're having something special, I think, tonight at Pompano, and we should have some information here because they're starting on a show very, very soon. But it's free. I shouldn't say it, should I, unless I'm sure. I think it's free admission for everybody to all levels of the track tonight.
That sounds right.
But they're starting on a regular basis, free grandstand admission to children 17 and under every night starting tonight, which is about time that the Parimutuel started really getting into this family bill, right, and getting some younger blood out there at the track. 10:32 at WIOD. Now, what were you saying about upstate New York?
Now I'm talking about like July or August is what I'm talking about.
Definitely the time to go, preferably August.
That's what I'm talking about, like August. I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to go to all these places that I have heard endlessly, said over and over and over. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my picture taken in front of these places.
Great. While you're up there, by the way, why not go over to Niagara Falls? It's right nearby, right by Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
And they can cross over. Be sure and take your...
Canada?
Yeah. You go over to Niagara Falls, Ontario, and get ripped off real bad. You can go to the Wax Museum, and you can go in all those tourist traps over there and get ripped off the worst in the history of mankind, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
I think I have plenty to do, with Don and Bob's and everything.
Yeah,
and,
you're right. And you want to get a sub at, what's that place in Buffalo where they got the subs?
You'll figure all this out and write it down for me. So I'll have a list when I go up there.
On Main Street, there's that great place where they have those subs.
You'll remember.
In fact, Nemo's, remember Nemo's roast beef?
Sure, in Fort
I think
Lauderdale.
is somehow related to this someplace, and I can't think of the name. Somebody will call in. See, you've probably inspired a lot of upstate New York calls already.
Now,
today,
that's not the purpose.
Which is exactly what we want.
Of my comments.
10:34 at WIOD. The Palm Beach line is available. We just mentioned that in passing. 655-9463. 655-WIOD. And when we come back after Gail, Gail is here answering the musical question in the newsroom is Gail Bright. And after we do the headlines in his little break, I think we ought to do some Carpenters, don't you? We'll play that one that we got queued up. I brought in not one but 2 albums because I was positive that everybody would have seen that movie last night. This happens to me all the time. I will watch something on network TV, which is a rarity for me other than sports, and come in and talk about it and get all enthused, and nobody will have seen it.
I don't know why they do this to you.
Yeah.
They do this to you all the
pretty
time.
Ponderous, you know. Anyway, I'm sure Gail probably saw it, has a couple of comments to make during the news. It's 10:34 at WIOD. Oh, 10:38 at WIOD. We going to play that record?
Are you going to talk it up?
No.
Oh.
Well.
Back to the Neil Rogers program on 1240 WGBA. Here again, America's youngest talk show host, 6-year-old Neil Rogers.
Okay, I guess we're done with mail, and there's 4 minutes left in the hour. So let's take some calls. Arlene, hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Great.
That's good. listen, I canceled my subscription to the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle.
Oh, the good old DNC. What an abortion that paper is.
Then I asked how many other people did likewise, and they said none of my business.
Yeah, well, they're real nice over there.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd let you know.
You're a fine American. Have a nice life. Wallace, hello.
I want to speak to Neil.
You got him.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Neil?
Yeah.
Neil, you're a stinky, pinko, glue-sniffing bedwetter and a pansy.
Great call. This is the day so far. Did he say pansy? When does he get off? What a mung brain. I ride my bike 30 miles every Saturday to do this show, and this guy calls me names. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. By the way, have you seen some of those bag boys at the new AMP? Now, what are you cackling about, egg? Is this my John? A million producers in the world, and they stick me in here with an egg. Shut his mic off. Seneca Castle, hello.
Oh, Neil, you used to be such a nice boy, and now you're so terrible.
Yeah, but you can't shut it off. You can't shut it off. I don't need this. I have offers from other stations. Batavia, Elmira, Fredonia. But instead, I stay here and entertain you grotesque, subhuman doodlebags. Unbelievable. Geneva, hello.
Hello, is this Neil Rogers?
What kind of phone are you on, sir?
How's that again?
Do you have a dial phone or what?
No, I had to put it to the operator.
Well, let's not get into that.
Hey, I was listening to Joey Reynolds on WKBW last night.
Somebody has to.
Did you hear what he's been saying about you?
No, I don't listen anymore. He's a doddering old man.
He claims he's only 40.
Yeah, right. And Joey beats Truman, too. Oh, shut up, Egg. You're pathetic. And if you think he's bad now, wait till he hatches. Oh, boy. Okay, when we come back, maybe the egg will come out of his shell. But I hope not.
Cates at the same
Phoebe
time.
Cates week on TV.
And I just had this feeling
That's
that
correct.
with Phoebe Cates anywhere on the screen,
That's right.
that you would not be watching a great movie like the Carpenters movie. They must have taken a long time to film that because there was obviously all lip syncing during the movie because they used all the real records.
Right.
And she did a great job. What's the name of that actress that
Cindy
played
Gibbs.
Cindy Gibbs?
She's
She
very
was
good.
excellent.
And
And
she is excellent.
very sad. You're right. Very traumatic and depressing. And the parents were just unconscionable. And the mother was feeding Richard Quaaludes and got him hooked on drugs. And just beyond belief. By the time it ended, you just wanted to spit out lunch, breakfast, and dinner and never eat again. you know?
Correct.
So all of those disgusting jokes about the Karen Carpenter diet that we've done on this show over the last several years, we won't do those again until tomorrow, okay? 10:43 at WIOD. Now, we do have somebody on the Palm Beach line who saw it, right?
Hi, Neil. I saw the movie.
And?
It was very depressing.
Yeah, but it was well done.
Yeah, it was very well done. The music was beautiful.
Kind of like Karen's lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Well done. But
very,
not much
very little.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if she would have looked like me, she would have killed herself.
What do you mean?
If she would have looked like me, she would have killed herself 10 years sooner.
Well, she did kill herself, but just she did it slowly.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah.
But she was very maladjusted. Do you think it was just her parents? Just her mother?
Well, that's what the story says.
She had no social life.
No, neither one of them.
And,
Just barely.
you know, she was 24 years old, and she was living with a brother, which her mother didn't want. But
Yeah, there was
24
something
years
a little
old.
bit bizarre about that, too, you notice? And then when she got married, which the marriage, as I recall, I think the marriage lasted only a few months.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah, very, very briefly. But you notice the brother was very jealous. There was something going on that didn't come out in the story. You know what I'm saying?
It almost seemed like there was something between them, but they didn't say anything
I mean,
about
the family was just a little bit too close in some ways. You know, there was something there that didn't meet the eye.
They had that one scene where she came home and her husband was there with groceries and she was surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I figured, where else would he be?
And she was singing in the background, Masquerade.
Yeah.
Was the song they played when the husband was in, and I'm curious as to what that was supposed to be telling us, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember years ago there used to be jokes that she was dating Barry Manilow?
Well, that would have been pretty humorous. I could have understand Richard dating Barry Manilow.
Me too.
You know, that used to be something that would pop into the paper, but I don't know. I guess that people around her knew that she had all these problems, but as somebody who listens to her records, we didn't have any idea.
I'll tell you one thing, boy. She had the best voice of any female vocalist that I can think of. I mean, just her voice was like a musical instrument. Just tremendous.
You think stories like hers belong on TV? You think
What?
it's really interesting
Oh, sure.
that she was so messed up?
That's what people are into now, don't you understand?
Yeah, I know,
The
but
more
it's
messed up you are, like the Liberace story and the
yeah, it's like being
Carpenters.
a voyeur, though.
Well, hey, that's what America's into.
I suppose. Well, I watched it too, so I guess I'm a voyeur.
See?
Yeah, me too.
Well, I enjoyed it, but it's kind of a rough thing to have enjoyed.
Yeah, I slit one wrist lightly at the end of the movie, but the right wrist, you know.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you don't get Channel 12 very clearly?
No, it's clear, but it's not. When 10 and 12 were both ABC, for example, I would always watch 10 because it was a little sharper.
Right.
And the color's a little bit better than 12 on my cable. Now, that may not be true for everybody in Broward, but where I am on that godforsaken Continental cable, 12 is a little washy. It just doesn't have that real sharp crisp like a local station. And it's not. It's coming from Palm Beach, about 50 miles away.
And they're not going to give you Channel 6, are they?
Well, we got Channel 6, but the quality on my cable is so bad. I'm not joking. Yesterday, there were times when it was just like snow. It looked like the Bears-Eagles game.
Wow. Well, I work at Channel 12, so I'm glad to have you as a viewer.
Okay, you got us.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
10:45 at WIOD, and let's go to beautiful Coconut Grove. Hello.
How you doing?
Great.
I saw that movie last night also, and the only thing I was struck with is that Karen, actually either one of those kids seemed to have an identity of their own.
Yeah. You think with all the money that they made, well, they were the parents just coddled them to the point of being obnoxious, and then when they came and they bought them that beautiful house and they brought home that Plymouth Fury for Dad and all of that, and the parents were just crushed because they weren't going to move into the house. They had those big rooms all set up for them. They were 24 years old, and they wanted them to live in the house, you know.
Unfortunately, though, I think that situation like that happens too often when you see kids involved in show business, and they have these driving parents. And I'm sure that Karen's is not going to be the last story that you'll find where you have overbearing parents like that.
Yeah.
This channel switch is rather interesting. I think that these stations have made it really more complex than it really ought to be. And believe it or not, because of that, there are people out there who really don't know which program is going to be where, for instance.
Well, you know, I hate to break the news to them, but for 50 cents or whatever it is, they can go out and buy a TV guide. Or if they're too cheap to do that, they can actually get their weekend newspaper. And for free inside, they'll get that TV book. And all they got to do is, I know it's difficult, but if they look in there, they'll find exactly where the programs are going to be.
You're talking about...
I know it's a little bit difficult, but trust me, it can be done.
You was talking about Channel 6 in the snow, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching, I think, news on Channel 6 and on Channel 10 where they were interviewing these people, and these people were all confused about where their favorite programs were. And there was this one lady who said, I don't need snow. She said, when I watch Channel 6, I get snow. And if I want snow, I'd go back up north.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot for the exciting call. 10:48, 12 minutes till 11 at WIOD, an open line in Dade. If you move real fast now, we're going to really pick up some steam. And if you believe that.
I didn't have any problem yesterday. I looked in the TV
No,
guide,
because you live right down there by Six's Tower.
and I punched in the channel I wanted, and there was the show I wanted. It was amazing.
751-9463. Now, the only open line is in Boca, 278 WIOD.
Wow.
And we have another caller on one who saw the movie last night. Hello.
Yeah, you guys have rehashed it already. There's not much more I can say to it. You know?
What's left to say?
I mean, other than the mother, it wasn't the father. The mother, when she said, once you take some of these Quaaludes, you'll feel better.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I didn't realize that's who started him on that.
Well, if you ever noticed, they always seemed like, and I'm not saying this sarcastically, but they seemed like Barbie dolls. I mean, in real life, you know? There just was something not real there.
I wonder if that's how it really all happened, basically, you know?
Well, I don't know, but evidently, I think Richard wrote that story.
Oh, really?
Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he did,
and he's got some pretty bitter feelings against the parents, evidently.
I guess so. Geraldo's got an interesting show. A bunch of ex-drug addicts are on today.
Oh, great.
Mercury and Steve Howe, the baseball player, who was a great player. But
alcoholic, yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway.
Well, listen, you got to be on something to watch Geraldo.
I guess. What happened, you know, I didn't see it in the paper. Michigan State, did they get blown away?
Let's not talk about that, okay?
Neil, I really want to know.
34-27 Georgia.
Oh, so it was a close game then?
No. No, the score doesn't indicate. It was lopsided all the way through. Michigan State played an abomination of a game. They suck. Most of the game, in the first half especially, was like Duffy Doherty had come back to life. You know, 2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Okay.
And this Perlis, man, I'm telling you, he's nothing but a slob. That's basically what he is.
And the Lions thought they were going to hire him for the head coach?
Good. He'll fit right in there, man.
Bird, when you go to Rochester, wherever you're going, I think it'd be more interesting if you call in once in a while, go to a major league ballpark and call in and discuss some baseball games.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
No, but, I might call in anyway, but not from a ballpark. That's a good idea.
Well, how about from Red Wing Stadium?
Really?
Well, I don't know about that, but I think I should call that week from different places
From Silver
up there.
Stadium in Rochester,
no,
when the Red Wings are playing Buffalo.
I could call you from Don and Bob.
That'll be good.
But
something like that.
To keep us alert about the sports, I think you ought to do, play-by-play or, for something.
Now, are you going to be okay because of that way that game came out? Are you going to be all right?
Well, I've got a lot of friends from Michigan. I just didn't know the score, and I was...
Wait a minute, from Michigan?
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked a million times. I called you from Detroit.
Yeah,
remember?
but you don't say Michigan. You mean from Michigan State.
Well, yes, from
because then people think you mean University of Michigan. They always say to me, "Oh yeah, University of Michigan's playing. You went there," and I say, "Don't you understand? Are you really that dumb that the University of Michigan and Michigan State aren't the same?"
Really,
that would be like saying that FSU and the University of Miami are the same.
I agree. It's totally different. East Lansing's a fun place, and Ann Arbor's like.
Oh, Ann Arbor's a fun place. It's all right.
Yeah.
Wash their hands several times after they go to the bathroom. Okay, listen.
I can't believe you remember that.
Have a great day.
Take care.
10:51 at WIOD, and we'll be right back after this. 10:54 on this first day of the new year for us, and boy, we're real excited about it. We're thrilled to be here. Coral Springs, hello.
Yeah, good morning, Neil. How are you?
Great.
I called first to thank you for Siam's Doll. It was an absolute delight. We'd never even heard of the place, but because of your radio, your little plug on the radio, we went there the other night. It was last week, and it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's sensational. And they're nice people there,
Very nice people. Unfortunately, they were sort of empty. I think it was Christmas night or something.
Yeah. Well, now that, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, for most restaurants, is a pretty dead time. But now that all of this stuff is out of the way finally, we'll get back to abnormal.
But it was delicious. Absolutely a delight. I'm glad we heard about it.
Good.
And we told them we heard it from you.
Of course.
And my wife works in an office that has a lot of blue hairs, so she's not allowed to turn on your station during the day, and I keep telling her about some of the rather strange songs like Candy Bar or You're an Asshole song that I hear, and she says that's impossible. They don't have that kind of stuff on radio.
Of course not.
But I have my wife home today, as a lot of working people.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that she's home. We're not going to play any requests today, but some of those might actually get in there before the day is out.
Right. We're hoping it will, and we're going to keep you tuned in all day.
Great. We'll save it for the last half hour.
Okay, nice talking with you.
Okay, I'm no fool. Have a nice day. 10:55 at WIOD. No request today. Those of you who are just occasional listeners who are off from work and think that you can call in and in some sneaky backdoor way get in a request or a suggestion, forget it, because we don't play that game anymore, okay? When we're ready to play the stuff, we'll let you know. In fact, probably the surest clue will be that you'll hear it. And then you'll know we're playing it. Okay, there's an open line in Dade and in Broward. Look at that. A little crisis on the phone. 751 WIOD in Dade, 524-9463 in Broward. I can't believe Rich had a run-in out front the other day. Way up there in the front end. I don't want to mention any names, but what are we going to do about her? I don't know what the story is, but surly. Just real surly. Yes, that's correct, Roger. Did you have to ask?
Everyone says the same thing.
Nasty, hostile. We just have to try to lighten her up a little bit and let her stop taking life so seriously. Okay, don't want to mention any names. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a first-time caller.
I'll be gosh darn.
And I'm from West Virginia.
I couldn't tell.
No. Well, I just wanted to say Happy New Year to you.
And the same to you.
Thank you very much. And go Mountaineers.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Hey, we're going to win.
I don't think so, but good luck to you.
Why do you say that?
Well, I think Notre Dame could be a little tough for you, but, you know, you never know. Go out there and give it your best shot, like Michigan State did last night.
Yeah, right?
Right. Wasn't good enough, but they gave it their best.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to say that I don't understand what you complain about down here. It's just so wonderful living down here.
Well, no, do you live here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, how long you been here?
Oh, pretty near 3 months.
Oh, 3 months, yeah. Well,
you know what?
that qualifies you as an expert. There's no question about that.
Well, you got all these modern conveniences in
Yeah.
this big old town.
Yeah, I know, like flush toilets and running water, hot and cold, I know.
It's even in the house.
I know, it's frightening, isn't it? Well, we do have some porta-johns for people like to, you know, feel like they're still at home.
Right, I understand.
In fact, if you go to Hallandale, they got a special portable john there for all the politicians.
I've heard of Hallandale. I hear all the rich people live down there.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they still got every dime they were born with, man.
Well, I just want you to know that since I moved down here, I started wearing shoes again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I quit having babies.
I'll be damned. Well, that's great.
But anyway.
We got a lady just moved in from Nashville. I bet you and her just hit it off great. We'll get you in touch with her, okay?
Okay, great.
Okay, y'all have a great time. And good luck, Mountaineers.
Yeah, go Mountaineers.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's 10:58 at WIOD. Now, pretty soon. Now, what time does the first bowl game come on? By the way, Calder is closed today, and I don't know why. I would have thought maybe it's because of the bowl games. But last week they did race on Monday, and they were closed Tuesday. But this week they are closed at Calder today. They'll race tomorrow, I guess. I'm sure. And Pompano is open tonight. Now, what time is the first game on? They've got just pages and pages.
Yeah, the only
pages
complaint I have is there aren't enough.
Pages. Well, we'll try to get a few extra.
Should be many
Next
more.
year, the good news for you is there will be 2 more.
Only 2?
Now, the Cotton Bowl starts at 1:30. That, of course, is UCLA.
Now, can you make it till 1:30?
And who are they playing? Oh, Arkansas, the Hogs. Or is that the Razorbacks? I don't know. I get that all confused.
Now, how many dozen hours will this go on?
Now, the Fiesta
today?
Bowl's at 4:40. That's a big one. That's at 10 p, if we can say that. That's Notre Dame, West Virginia. That's
only
the lady
about-
was just calling about only moments ago.
Only about 10, 11 hours of this. That's I don't know if that's enough for one day.
So the first one's 1:30. I would think there'd be something starting much sooner than that. Well, we'll check out through all the channels, huh?
I think they're already already going.
Probably, and
sure.
we can probably see Bob Barker out there marching against fur coats and stuff. Okay, it's 10:59. That means the news is upcoming with Gail Bright at 11 o'clock. We will come back with 3 more hours on this great holiday. We hope you stick around. We might even actually play some of the stuff that you want to hear. We definitely are playing more Carpenters, okay?
Good.
Which will help us get through lunch real easy. And we'll be back at 11:05. Steve is working this afternoon. Believe it or not, he's going to be here to bitch about it from 2 until 6. Listen, what a way to start the new year, right? We got an open line in Palm Beach, 655 WIOD. We've had some really brilliant calls from Palm Beach County so far today.
Boy.
And Nick has another caustic one of his notes on here, one of his depressing, morbid notes. It says the Carpenters are one of the few groups that were worse than the Partridge Family, okay? He's comparing the Carpenters to the Partridge Family. So when you call in on the show today, tell Nick he's a subhuman douchebag and that his taste in music is, well, we can't say where. Right next to Jupiter. It's 11 till noon at WIOD.
Today's a new day here on TV 12. Great shows come your way whenever you turn to 12. The price is right here, and guiding lights here. The one to turn to's TV 12.
The Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, and Falcon Crest. These are some of the great CBS shows now on TV 12. They join your favorite programs, Wheel of Fortune and TV 12 Eyewitness News. In South Florida, the one to turn to for CBS is TV 12.
Your favorite programs, 12 brings them all to you. Daytime and prime time, South Florida, we're for you. With CBS and 12's team, you're watching the best team. You're at the heart of it. 12 is a part of it. The one to turn to TV 12.
We've got twice the traffic, twice the airborne coverage in Dade and Broward, and twice the qualified traffic staff to bring you to work and home twice as fast. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
11:53 at WIOD. I've got an incredible Carpenters story, Carpenters radio story.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at W Snooze, and she died on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, and I was doing Sunday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was still doing 8 to midnight during the week, and I was doing Sunday morning show, like from 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I came on, I'd heard the news, and I'd gathered up all of my Carpenter stuff. I came in early, and I carted it up, because actually over there you could get in the production studio, unlike here. And I carted up all of Carpenter's hits, and I did a tribute to the Carpenters, because she had just died. And I'm sitting there and playing the music, and I see the bat line is ringing. So the board op and I picked it up at the same time, okay? And I hear this voice. It was the former general mangler of WNWS, Lou Crone. We used to call him Drone on the Throne Crone. And he sang, "What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing?" And the board op said he's doing a music tribute to Karen Carpenter. She died yesterday. And he said, well, whatever the hell he's doing, make sure he gives the caller. Let people know we haven't changed the format. I just got a call from Woody Sudbreak, and he wants to know what the hell's going on. Now, back in those days, I had like 10 and 11 shares at night, okay? I had #1 show in the market by so far, and these idiots in management in this business, we didn't give the call letters enough. They didn't, oh, my God. It was so typical of the kind of idiots that are the powers that be in this business. Like, because we took one day and did something a little bit different, right away the whole audience was going to have a panic. I came on between every couple of cuts, and I said what we were doing, and it was no big deal. Typical of this business, man. Absolute. And he was hostile about it. Like, well, what the hell is he doing? Whatever this thing is he's doing.
Yeah.
It's called music, you idiot. You subhuman douchebag. Yeah, the former general manager at WNWS. Boy, was he a piece of work, man. I'll never forget the stories. When I was in Nashville for those exciting couple of weeks, or no, I was there a month.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Williams was the program director at WNWS. And, of course, Jerry is so far above and beyond what was going on over there at that time. And he used to go in and have these screaming, ranting sessions with Crone, and one time threatened to turn the desk over on him and had it about halfway up in the air. And I would have paid admission to see him finish the job, I'll tell you that. Miami, hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
And you too, Bert.
Okay.
I'm going to be opposite of what everybody...
Everybody say, Happy New Year to everybody. We appreciate it, but let's get on with the show. You know what I mean?
Hey, Neil, I was so depressed last night after watching that show.
Yeah.
I went out, I got a gallon of cookies and cream.
Did you?
I'm telling
you.
Was
it good?
I ate about half of it. It was tragic.
Did you have a little lettuce on the side?
Oh, no, well... Hey, look, The
saddest part of the whole thing is when they finally got her straightened out and rehabilitated, and she sat down on Thanksgiving and ate a turkey dinner and had stuffing and 2 helpings of turkey and potatoes, and she went upstairs, and her mother, after all this time, finally was able to say, "I love you."
I love you, right.
And she croaked, her heart gave out.
She couldn't believe it. I mean...
evidently, she was so shocked that that's what did it.
It was just right around Thanksgiving time, wasn't it?
Well, evidently, it was on Thanksgiving night, or the week that weekend.
Yeah. Anyway, see, I have the exact opposite problem of what Karen has. I'm thin, but can't gain it.
Really? Boy, it breaks my heart. I'd like to pummel you with my fist, okay? I'd like to take a mallet and just beat your brains out.
I'm telling you,
I don't want to hear about it.
I'm 6'2" and 150 pounds.
I don't want to hear about it, sir. I can't stand it. I just detest people like you. That just keep eating and shoveling it down and never gain an ounce.
I mean, I eat 2 sandwiches for lunch every day.
I'll bet you do.
And, I have heavy mayonnaise. I eat lots of pasta and stuff.
Yeah. Good. I hope you get a cholesterol count of 600, okay, and die a nasty death.
You turned me on to the pizza loft.
Great. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's orgasmic.
Good. I hope they shovel it down your throat with a shoehorn, okay, sir? I hope you get terminal belching and
by the way, Neil,
felonious flatulence.
Well, By the way, Neil, I know you're not going to the game tonight, or
that is correct. I have no interest in that game, and if that makes me a bad guy, so be it. I couldn't give a damn less.
Hey, look,
and if Nebraska does happen to win, hey, so life goes on.
Absolutely. To each his own. And
I went to Michigan State, sir, and we lost last night with real distinction in class. They stunk the place out.
I know. I was watching the game before.
They make me sick. They couldn't win a fixed game at Michigan State.
And
did you see that Perlis? Man, he looks like... Abe, remember, sir, calm down, sir.
He is
Do you remember Abe Gibran that used to coach the Bears, who weighed about 700 pounds, who made Fat Rich look like Minnie Mouse?
I'm telling you.
That's who Perlis looks like.
This guy was so ugly last night.
Yeah.
It was absolutely abomination to the television.
Well, all of the players were ugly on both teams, sir, which is why I kept watching the Carpenters.
By the way, that reminds me, Neil.
Here we go, yeah. The call has been so butch so far, sir. Why can't you just keep it that way?
4 weeks away, and then you can see the center fielder for the UM.
I can't wait, sir.
I'm telling you, this guy is awful.
Okay, have a nice life, yeah. I'll tell you, Ron Fraser is just doing cartwheels. Now, see, Ron told me years ago that he always tries to find the ugliest players on the team, because then if they got to run into a fence, no problem. They're not worried about their cosmetics, and about keeping their facelift up and all that stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for this hour, and we have just whizzed by, if you pardon that expression, whizzed by 2 hours here on this first day of the new year. Roger, Happy New Year to you. Have a wonderful life. And that show on Friday. It was different, boy. It was sure different. April Wortham, I believe, is in the... No, she's not there. Gail? Gail is still there, boy. That Gail. Well, we're doing a little punishment on Gail today for that show she did with Steve that day.
Yeah.
She's going to be in there till midnight, and then we'll come back at 12:05. WIOD.
I can't find it.
I get spilled all that food on the floor.
I know.
I'm
gun shy. I know. A wreck. That's what I am.
A mess. Oh, here's the Carpenters again, and there's Barry Manilow. Look at that. Like 2 pages away. Do you think that's just an omen?
And you see who he's with. That's interesting.
And you do notice that you never saw Richard Carpenter and Barry Manilow together at the same time. Mystery of the Dancing Cop. He told bosses he was disabled, then landed a job at Chippendale.
Oh, what a story. And see, you got to have this magazine. I keep telling
What the hell happened to the Black Elvis? I think there's Liberace, who looks a little bit like the Black Elvis.
Yeah, you're in the right neighborhood, I think.
We're getting warm, folks. Here's the White Elvis. There's a big thing about the Colonel. It says, How the Colonel Shafted Elvis. New book. Dick Volenga spent 11 years researching Parker's management of the millions made by Elvis and concludes that the Colonel got the best of the deal.
Now, that is the Colonel
called
on Zeta,
Elvis
right?
and the Colonel. That's right.
The
Colonel
Colonel
does the morning show on Zeta that used to be a big hit and now is taking a dive.
Yeah, that Colonel.
How Barbara Bush lost an ugly 157 pounds. She got rid of George. I don't see the Black Elvis. He was in here.
Yes, I saw it.
And I think, here he is. Teen sensation. They're calling the Black Elvis Al B. Sure.
Al B. Sure.
Al B. Black. And Al definitely, as I said, do not be Elvis, okay? Hordes of screaming female fans hurling bras and panties on stage is being held as the Black Elvis by a new generation of teeny boppers. One of the Steamy Singer's biggest fans is Madonna.
Yeah, that tells you
who says she loves to work out to the 20-year-old's pulsating music.
Oh.
Let me say it again. She loves to work out with his 20-year-old. He also reminds her of her screen idol, Marlon Brando.
What? My God.
Seeking more advice on handling his frenzied fans, the younger singer also turned to Michael Jackson's main man, Quincy Jones. See, if Marlon Brando was mentioned in the article and not too far beyond it, it has to be Michael Jackson, right?
Every time.
Frightening. Anyway, it's 8 minutes past noon at WIOD. One thing I promise you, because I know there are a lot of people out there get hysterical when they hear the Carpenters, like Nick. He has no taste at all. His taste in music absolutely sucks. And tomorrow we're going to bring in the Partridge Family just in honor of Nick, just to agitate him and get him hysterical.
That's correct.
Okay? And every group that he puts on there, and believe me, I've got them. I got a library that second only to Johnny Dark, and that's because I never got a chance to steal all the albums that he did. But any group you don't like, man, we'll bring in here. We'll do like a whole serenade. He could not like the Carpenters, but there are some sourpusses in the world that just have no taste. It's 11 past noon at WIOD. Are you getting a big bang out of that magazine?
It's quite a little magazine.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the one about the preacher who had 13 children with his daughters, by his daughters. Miami, hello.
Hi there, Neil. How are you?
Good.
It's Cookie again. Hi, Bird.
Cookie?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to tell you I'm not getting married. You told me that last time. Everybody called me saying, you're getting married? I said, no.
Why?
Well, when I called you last week, apparently at the end, you said, Cookie soon to be married, and everybody called me up. You're getting married? I'm like, no,
I don't have any idea what you're talking about, Cookie, but you're not the first
that's
one
okay.
today,
You're not
so...
supposed... I mean, I don't expect you to remember every caller.
Okay.
You know, but...
Whatever you say, Cookie.
Sorry about that. But I did get to see the Carpenter, the Carpenter Story, not on its entirety, because unfortunately I wasn't home. But I was really shocked. I don't know, I was shocked when the mother was talking to the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And he he said, you got to say I love you, And she's like, it's not our way.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a mother does not say I love you to
Well,
their
what kind of a mother feeds Quaaludes to her son to go to sleep at night, Yeah. Obviously,
I mean,
the family was just a little bit screwed up.
I thought that was really bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, because Cubans are really affectionate anyway, but I mean, my family, I mean, you say goodbye on the telephone and you'll live in the
I know
same
those
city.
Cubans are real affectionate, believe me, especially when nobody's looking. You know what I mean, Cookie?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I bet you do, yeah. Well, listen, I hope you have a great New Year.
Okay, you too.
And squash all those rumors for us, okay?
I'll try.
Whatever the hell they were.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No, it's just a joke, Cookie. Have a good one.
You too.
12:13 at WIOD. We have an opening in date. If you move real fast now, 751 WIOD. That's 751-9463, and we'll be right back.
Steve Kane is South Florida's highest-rated afternoon talk show host. Find out why. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 right here. Now, more of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
12:16 at WIOD. We have something shocking that we've just discovered in the weekly, what is the name of that thing?
Weekly World
News. Not to be confused with the weekly news.
Correct. This is a unique college that's opening. It's for stupid people.
Yeah, perfect for most talk show callers, okay?
And it's so stupid people can get degrees, and it's going to be opening in
And
the
also,
door.
people in radio management qualify automatically. You don't even have to take an entrance exam. If you're in radio management, they immediately will give you entrance into this university, okay?
Now, here are some of the classes you can take, Mitch. Mitch, pay attention to this. You may want to take some of these classes at this new college. Camel management. Especially the camels that inhabit the Gobi Desert. You can take a class
for heavy
on that.
smokers.
Yeah. UFO spotting, bird watching with special emphasis on the songbirds of the Ukraine, professional pen pal management, artist modeling, posing nude for hours on end is a very special skill, of course, chicken and turkey plucking.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Now, they're also going to include, Mitch, ducks, geese, doves, and quail. Bicycle riding. Now, this is a good course to get a degree in. That's a very, very desirable degree, don't you think, if you take bicycle riding? So we'll have more information on it. Oh, also gourmet donut dunking. You can take a course in that. And here's a man, and there's another article here on the same page, a man in Oklahoma City who suffered physical damage to his right elbow. It was from leaning on a blackjack table for 16 straight hours.
By the way, I noticed that we have a live spot coming up at 24. I just mentioned this in passing, for which our illustrious continuity department has given me, although I do have some stuff from Roy Slanhoff, thank goodness, is kind of a backup, so we will do it. But it just astonishes me. You know that old saying, what is it that they do? We used to wonder that at the other place. Now, we know that if you have food brought in here, that they do spend a lot of time eating. There's no question about that. But we got about like 7,000 people that wander the halls here ordinarily. Of course, they're all off on a busman's holiday today. But, maybe somebody in the audience can send us a postcard and let us know what these people do during the week. Other than come in, like, make sure every other Friday and pick up those checks.
Just like at the other place.
Because it's frightening. We don't also have a Pompano analog today, do we? Would you just check between now and 2? Because I know they start either today or tomorrow. I'm praying that it's tomorrow. Okay, thank God for that. They're incredible.
Who is? Oh, the people that work here?
The people in continuity. What is her name? Laura. She's very, very nice young lady. She eats a wicked meal, man. You put any food downstairs, she will suck it up in no time at all. But this copy, man, it's like little pieces of paper here and scraps over there. In fact, in the wastebasket, there are 4 or 5 spots that start next week. Okay, it's 12:19 at WIOD. Boca, hello.
Neil, Bird.
Yeah.
Good yontif. I just want to... Hey, Nick, you're a subhuman douchebag. I can't believe you don't like the Carpenter music. What's with the gig, Nick?
He'll cut you off, sir, and if he does, it'll be his last living act.
May all his teeth fall out except one so he can have a
Well, I hate to break the news to you, sir, but that
May
already
his blood
happened.
turn to whiskey so that 100 bedbugs get drunk on it and dance the mazurka in his belly button.
There you go.
Good suckers, gentlemen.
Okay. Excellent call. 20 minutes past noon at WIOD, and I second that emotion, as Smokey would say. We have an open line, and I shouldn't say Smokey because he probably don't like the Miracles either. Right? Don't like the Miracles? Oh, yeah, down. Thumbs down.
How about Martha and the Vandellas? So?
He doesn't even know who that is.
Don't know
he never
who
heard
they
of
are.
Yeah.
God.
How about, what's his name, the Black Elvis? Albie Bad? Albie Sure?
Albie Sure,
Down.
you don't
don't
like
like him either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's an open line in Broward now if you dare to talk to Nick. 524 WIOD. In fact, we're waiting for that special call from Richard Carpenter, who's going to be calling before the end of the show. And we will be playing one more Carpenters cut this hour. Trust me when I tell you, okay, in spite of all of his protests. And then tomorrow, it's the Partridge Family on WIOD. Miami, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yeah.
Bird, how you doing?
Fine.
Good,
and we also have a few David Cassidy solos just to rub it in.
Hey, I'm David Cassidy.
Yeah, you sound just like it.
Like Friday, right?
Yeah.
There you go, Raj. I was going to tell you, I was down in Florida City. I figured out where all those Canadians are breeding.
Really?
They come down and migrate down there. Oh, it's terrible. It is bad. You have to see that, Neil.
Okay, well, whatever you say. It sounds kind of boring to me, sir. We have an open line in Dade, 751 WIOD. That's 751. In fact, we're down to 4 stinking calls on the board at this point.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. I told you. This is going to be just like last Monday. Nobody in the business works on these 2 days, okay? On the official holiday of Christmas and New Year's. Only at this godforsaken douchebag place does the upper-level management sit at home and all they're doing all day is just enjoying the fact that they're making a select few of us work. That's all. That's the only thing they're doing. They're not enjoying the holiday. I was driving somewhere over the weekend, and Sonny and Joe were doing sports talk, or Hank and somebody was doing it, and they were saying nobody is going to be calling between now and the end of the show because nobody's listening. And who do you think called into the board op to say, make sure they know that I'm listening?
The man.
Mike Disney.
Yeah. I knew it had to be either him or
on
Ed.
a holiday.
Either him
Turn
or
it
Ed.
off, Mike, okay? Give it a rest. Go out and do something useful, okay? Go play in traffic in Hallandale. Do something worthwhile for a change. Don't be out there listening on a holiday. It's bad enough that you're making us work, okay? Both the Palm Beach lines are open, which is a rarity on this show. In Boca, 278 WIOD. Can we get that West Palm line out of there? Can we get rid of that thing? It's a waste of time. It's costing a lot of money, right? It's a big waste. Right there is a big waste of money. I mean, we could probably bring an efficiency expert in here, clean half of this joint out, okay? So the rest of us could make some real money, okay? Clean half of these fakers out that wander around here. Oh, where's my paycheck? Where's my paycheck? There's people that worked here like 20 years ago that come in to get a paycheck. I saw Big Wilson in here Friday looking for a paycheck. It was incredible. Yeah, we're paying for this stinking Palm Beach line, and all we get there is abuse and hostility and a lot of Looney Tunes. Like I said, let's leave it in. 23 past 12 at WIOD, and let me read my little message here from my good friend Roy Slanhoff at Gulfstream. It says, Neil, happy Sukkahs. And, of course, there's something in here that I can't... it says, regards to Claude Rains. I did receive a Christmas card from him and Mary Ellen. Oh, I know who he's talking about. I'm not going to talk about them either. They make me want to scream. Anyway, Gulfstream will be opening next Sunday, a week from yesterday. Can you believe it? They'll be racing January the 8th through Tuesday, March 7th, with Major League Thoroughbred racing at its very best. Post time daily is going to be 1 p.m. And opening day only, next Sunday at Gulfstream, they'll be rolling back the prices for all you cheapskates out there in Hallandale. Grandstand admission only 50 cents. Clubhouse admission is $1. And listen to this. Soda will be $0.10. Popcorn, beer, and coffee, 15 cents. Hot dogs, 30 cents. And free to patrons paying admission, which will not be me. Limited edition collector's item keyring engraved with the 50th anniversary emblem. And they will be showing throughout the day over the track's in-house TV monitors 5 of the greatest races ever run at Gulfstream. And they're also introducing a lot of brand new things there. They always spend millions of dollars every year to renovate and keep it up to date at Gulfstream. The rooftop bar and grill right atop the clubhouse dining room, which will afford seating for 400 fans and a spectacular view of the track. And the good thing about that is when you have a real bad day and you plunge bad, you can jump right off while you're dining at the rooftop bar and grill, okay? So you can have like a chicken wing in one hand and a losing perfected ticket in the other hand and right down to the finish line. It's fantastic. And don't forget, children accompanied by an adult will be welcome during the entire meeting now that the minors bill is a fact here in the state of Florida. And we'll be telling you as the days progress throughout the week about all the exciting activities that are coming up and about some of the big stakes races during the exciting 1989 thoroughbred season at beautiful Gulfstream.
Only one South Florida radio station is super enough to be named your Super Bowl super host station. We'll bring you every bit of the excitement as the countdown to Super Bowl 23 rolls on. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
1228 at WIOD. Now, Laura evidently called Nick during the break, is hysterical, is apoplectic, says don't talk about her, and she does not eat a wicked meal. All right, she eats a not-so-wicked meal. All right? Now, she's a wonderful person and all that, but this copy situation is incredible. Is that the nicest word that I can use? I mean, little scraps of, you know what would be nice? I know this is revolutionary, and I know that this is rocking the boat again, but you know, this space right over here where there's nothing sitting here, one of those nice file cabinets where they have a hanging file in alphabetical order, and all the live copy sits in there instead of in these books and in sheets of paper and in folders and envelopes on the floor and the wastebasket. Wouldn't that be incredible? I know it's revolutionary.
He's trying to change things. He's been here just a few weeks, and right away he's got to change everything. That's the way they used to do it over there at Wynn, so that's the way he wants to do it here.
I got news for you. They never did anything right over there until we forced them to do things that made sense. Mitch is smiling because he knows how true that is. Mm-hmm. He used to tell him, if you turn the transmitter on, it'll work a lot better, okay? They'll actually hear it. And they said, why bother? And they had a point, okay? Most of the day, they did have a point. But they saved like hell on electricity. When Rick Edwards used to come in and turn the transmitter off, and it sounded the same. Like at night when you were in Pembroke Pines, it still sounded like this, with or without the transmitter on. It was great. But anyway, hanging file for the copy would be great for the new year. So, Laura, I know you're listening. We love you dearly. You're a super person, but straighten out your act, okay? It's 12:30 at WIOD, and let's go to Cooper City. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great. We think.
Got to tell you a melting pot story.
Okay, a melting pot story?
Yeah, two little stories. Oh.
I'm listening, sir.
Drive up there about 12 o'clock at night. Make a reservation for the family about 12 sitting there. First time they're showing us how to do it.
They're showing you how to do it, huh?
Yeah. Put the food in the oil. We're waiting about an hour. Nothing's cooking. Call them over. They're telling you, don't worry, wait. Takes a little while. 1:30, 1:45. I reach under the table and I pick up the plug is sitting out.
Yeah.
Oil's ice cold. Ended up taking the food home and cooking it.
Well, great. Gave you something to do.
It was a great first experience.
Okay.
Also, listen...
Wouldn't you think that you'd understand that there'd be something a little... I don't want to suggest you're a little slow, but after the first hour went by, wouldn't you think you might become suspicious when nothing was happening to the oil?
But when the manager and everybody kept coming over and saying, well,
Well, by that time, when was this, on New Year's night?
No, this was about a month ago.
Oh. Well, they were getting ready for New Year's night.
Right. They kept coming over and saying, well, that little red light goes out, and a lot of times the bulb goes, and it's common.
Well, what do they know?
Listen, you know where Fallsburg, New York is?
No, I haven't got any idea. It's probably down there in the Catskills.
That's where it's from the same town that...
I don't know anything about the Catskills. To me, sir, that area is like a giant void.
It is. That's why we moved down here.
Yeah.
But it's from the same town that Alan from the track is from.
Alan Finkelson?
Right, same town.
Yeah.
Grew up with Alan my whole life.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? And you survived it, huh?
And I survived.
That's great. Well, he's some kind of guy, let me tell you. I don't want to tell you what kind. Now, he's all right.
Now he's the whole thing here.
He's the whole thing.
Yep.
I'll tell him you said that. In fact, I'm going to be there tonight, and I hope to see a lot of... Caller's off again. He'll probably be back at W Snooze. Right, Robert?
Right.
So what's going on? You have a good New Year?
Yeah.
You going to the track tomorrow?
No, I didn't get to. I went to it just.
Oh, I bet you they're racing today. Let me see the sports section. I bet you because it's a holiday, I bet you they're racing today at Calder.
Well, I can't really go because my grandpa's one who really goes the most, so I usually go with him.
Yeah. And what happened?
So, I still lost every single bit I had.
You lost it all, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that should teach you a good lesson, Robert. I noticed that there were 5 winners of the lottery. That Rebecca Paul boy, she's got a great sense of humor, doesn't she? Do you notice those numbers she came up with? 20, 30, 40, and if there would have been a 50, she would have used that, but they came up with 49 because that's the last number there, right? Who the hell are they kidding?
Well, they should put 50 instead of 49.
Yeah, I'm going to bet 50 and 60 next week. Okay, Robert, well, I wish you good luck, okay?
All right.
Bye. No, I don't think they are running today, although Pompano Park is offering free grandstand admission to children 17 and under, beginning with tonight's program. They're also doing something else tonight, and I don't know, I can't remember what it is. In December, Pompano announced a senior citizen policy that provides grandstand admission and reserved seat for 75 cents for patrons 55 plus. Wow. I'm not saying a word about that.
I'm in shock.
But no, they're having something special, I think, tonight at Pompano, and we should have some information here because they're starting on a show very, very soon. But it's free. I shouldn't say it, should I, unless I'm sure. I think it's free admission for everybody to all levels of the track tonight.
That sounds right.
But they're starting on a regular basis, free grandstand admission to children 17 and under every night starting tonight, which is about time that the Parimutuel started really getting into this family bill, right, and getting some younger blood out there at the track. 10:32 at WIOD. Now, what were you saying about upstate New York?
Now I'm talking about like July or August is what I'm talking about.
Definitely the time to go, preferably August.
That's what I'm talking about, like August. I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to go to all these places that I have heard endlessly, said over and over and over. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my picture taken in front of these places.
Great. While you're up there, by the way, why not go over to Niagara Falls? It's right nearby, right by Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
And they can cross over. Be sure and take your...
Canada?
Yeah. You go over to Niagara Falls, Ontario, and get ripped off real bad. You can go to the Wax Museum, and you can go at all those tourist traps over there and get ripped off the worst in the history of mankind, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
I think I have plenty to do, with Don and Bob's and everything.
Yeah,
and,
you're right. And you want to get a sub at, what's that place in Buffalo where they got the subs?
You'll figure all this out and write it down for me. So I'll have a list when I go up there.
On Main Street, there's that great place where they have those subs.
You'll remember.
In fact, Nemo's, remember Nemo's roast beef?
Sure, in Fort
I think
Lauderdale.
is somehow related to this sub place, and I can't think of the name. Somebody will call in. See, you've probably inspired a lot of upstate New York calls already
Now,
today,
that's not the purpose
which is exactly what we want.
Of my comments.
10:34 at WIOD. The Palm Beach line is available. We just mentioned that in passing. 655-9463, 655-WIOD. And when we come back after Gail, Gail is here answering the musical question in the newsroom is Gail Bright. And after we do the headlines in his little break, I think we ought to do some Carpenters, don't you? We'll play that one that we got queued up. I brought in not one but 2 albums because I was positive that everybody would have seen that movie last night. This happens to me all the time. I will watch something on network TV, which is a rarity for me other than sports, and come in and talk about it and get all enthused, and nobody will have seen it.
I don't know why they do this to you. They do this to you all the time.
It's pretty ponderous, Anyway, I'm sure Gail probably saw it, has a couple of comments to make during the news. It's 10:34 at WIOD. Oh, 10:38 at WIOD. We're going to play that record?
Are you going to talk it up?
No.
Oh.
Well.
Back to the Neil Rogers program on 1240 WGBA. Here again, America's youngest talk show host, 6-year-old Neil Rogers.
Okay, I guess we're done with mail. And there's 4 minutes left in the hour. So let's take some calls. Pauline, hello.
Yeah, Neil, how's it going?
Great.
That's good. Listen, I canceled my subscription to the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle.
Oh, the good old DNC. What an abortion that paper is.
Then I asked how many other people did likewise, and they said none of my business.
Yeah, well, they're real nice over there.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd let you know.
You're a fine American. Have a nice life. Riley, hello.
I want to speak to Neil.
You got him.
Am I on?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Neil, you're a stinky, pinko, glue-sniffing bedwetter and a pansy.
Great call. This is the day so far. Did he say pansy? When does he get off? What a mung brain. I ride my bike 30 miles every Saturday to do this show, and this guy calls me names. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. By the way, have you seen some of those bag boys at the new AMP? Now, what are you cackling about, eggs? Is this my John? A million producers in the world, and they stick me in here with an egg. Shut his mic off. Seneca Castle, hello.
Oh, Neil, you used to be such a nice boy, and now you're so terrible.
Yeah, but you can't shut it off. You can't shut it off. I don't need this. I have offers from other stations. Batavia, Elmira, Fredonia. But instead, I stay here and entertain you grotesque, subhuman doodlebags. Unbelievable. Geneva, hello.
Hello, is this Neil Rogers?
What kind of phone are you on, sir?
How's that again?
Do you have a dial phone